Hi, I'm Nick Bonner for treestuff.com. I'm here with my good friend and colleague, Taylor Hamel. Taylor, this is kind of like an embarrassment of riches. We have 3 brand new Kinisi saddles here.
Indeed.
I'm wearing a small. I think it's a little too small for me. So I have a 33-inch waist. If you're thinking about how this harness sizes, this is a good indicator. The small, probably not for you if you're a 33 or if you look anything like me. But,
yeah, a little small. The side rings are just a little too far back on Nick's hips there, so I'd recommend a medium for you, which is what I'm wearing.
But this thing's really cool. Walk us through some of the features.
Sure. The Kinisi Max, the biggest feature that you'll notice is the adjustable bridge. So integrated, double adjustable bridge. Each bridge can be adjusted independently from one another. Very easy to do that. And you'll find yourself adjusting your bridge quite often. I mean, I do it all the time now in a tree. Initially I thought, I'll adjust it a little bit when I ascend or whatever, but I'm
with
making
it being this easy,
all the time.
The other ways are not easy, but the way this is, I could see like setting up for an SRT like ascent. You set up all your gear and then just give it a little tight just to bring it all in line with your chest harness, and then just break this to loosen it. Or if you're climbing DRT, you're able to push that system, you know, really far out ahead of you. Yeah, you can haul underneath the pulley, for example, and get some nice long pulls while it's tending slack automatically, for sure. I mean, that's just, it's not the only configuration. There's many, many uses for the adjustable bridge. If you want to get into that at some point, we can. Another video on adjustable bridges. Check the channel for that.
Yeah. So some of the other features of the Kinisi Max. We have a floating lying ring here for the side ring assembly, and what that does is it greatly increases your range of motion. It's super smooth, cuts down on webbing wear, and this is openable with the stainless bolt here, so swapping out the webbing if and when it wears out is quite easy.
You know, people have nicked these with silky saws and stuff like that as well, so it's not like it's a, you know, in the safest place. This makes it, you didn't destroy your whole harness.
Exactly. Another feature, we've redesigned the chainsaw attachment ring on the back.
This is ridiculous. Like, okay, all right. So you made a nice ring here. Got it. It's green. I like that. Okay, but like this little specialty forged piece down here just to make it look cool?
Not just to make it look cool. It's functional.
It's just to make it look cool. Yeah. Come on.
But that's very easy to locate when you're hooking up your chainsaw lanyard behind your back, for example. It's a unique shape. You can locate it easily, you know, and it'll follow you, you know, right or left.
And it looks so cool. It looks really cool.
It looks cool. I get a lot of questions. Is it rated?
I know the answer. It's for edge restraint.
Pretty much, yes. It's a restraint point, and it is not for suspension or fall arrest. It's simply a point, say you were on a platform or a flat roof, it would keep you from getting to the point where a fall could occur. So it's a restraint point. Not something we necessarily do in the trees, but there you have it.
Since this video is the formal resource for the ISA TAC committee, can this be used in an aerial rescue?
Negative.
Negative.
Nope. You're not going to pick anybody up with this. You're not going to belay anybody with this. It's simply, you know, if I had a rated attachment point here, attached it to the rear restraint, it would keep me from getting to the edge where a fall would occur. So no lifting anybody with that.
Right. I gotta say, I'm done with this. You've piqued my interest now. Can I get you to turn around just a little bit? I want to see everything that's going on here. Look at all this stuff. This is great. I love this tree stuff throw weight with the anti-camo. It's very cool. But you've got some really cool organization. The first thing that I did notice though is there's no shock cord. The shock cord and tubing is gone. Yeah,
correct. So the Kinisi Max will come as you see it here. We've got 2 150 centimeter bridges, the bridge adjuster, the bone on this side, and then it'll come with 2 of the large stowaways.
And that's these flexible, this is like a TPU, like a thermoplastic. This is a bendable material. I think a lot of people think that this is a hard plastic, but it is like it's pretty firm for being bendable.
Yeah,
it comes with 2 of those,
resilient.
2 big ones.
Correct.
That's nice, and you can put those on anywhere with the included hardware.
That's right.
And they fit into these holes.
Yep, fit into the 5mm holes.
Nice.
It also comes in a cool little bag. I don't have the bag here with me, and a replacement set of stainless screws and nylock nuts.
I'm gonna plant the world's hottest pepper in that bag.
Nice.
Yeah, it's like a felt bag. Like looks like you could grow something in it. That's
amazing. For sure. One other thing I'll mention, we do have the leg elastics. So that's nice for keeping the leg loops in place on your thigh. And then you can run your leg loop. You see I run mine a little bit looser, so that's not flopping around, but I get the adjustment that I want out of it while keeping it on my thigh. We have these unique webbing stoppers. So instead of, for example, folding the webbing back and tacking it as a safety point for, you know, running through the buckles, you can see it's just a 2-part polymer with a Phillips head screw. Actually, it's Posi-Drive screw if you want to get technical.
It's kind of like an anti-theft thing at a retail store almost. So it's like a pin that goes through there.
Yeah, so, but if you want, if I had this adjusted the way I like it and I'm tired of stowing this webbing here, I want to get rid of it, sure. Within the adjustment limits, check the user instructions, and we also have a video on how much webbing needs to be in place here. But I can hot knife the webbing and move the webbing stopper to a new location so I can customize that webbing length.
It's nice. I hate like all the extra like flop and stuff. So I really like that you can adjust that. Tell me about compatibility with tool holders, other things. Where do I put the tool holders?
As you can see, so this gear bracket here has 2 slots for vaults, which is what I have here. I've got vaults in place. Yep. The larger holes here will accommodate full-size carabiners, for example. The 5mm holes will accommodate accessory carabiners and micro vaults, for example, and like we said, the stowaways before. Yeah, we have a new swiveling accessory carabiner here, which is pretty neat.
It's really cool. Can I put tool holders, vaults in the webbing straps?
No, I would recommend against that. We've got particular places here that you can put them. Better to just keep stuff from underneath the webbing.
And you want to capture this part, the flat belting material, not the webbing with the tool carrier.
Correct, yeah. When you do install a vault, you want to make sure that you are not squeezing the webbing in the vault. You want to just grab the gear bracket material and leave the webbing outside of the vault.
Talk me through just the basics of adjustment. There's probably some draw adjusters here. Where are they and how do they work? Sure.
Well, like we mentioned, the leg elastics are just a very simple, pull to loosen, pull to tighten. We have rear elastics in the back, and that controls, how much drop you get out of the leg loops here. And that's just a very simple, just pull down to tighten or just pull out to loosen. You'll notice the difference here. There's only 2 rear elastics on the small, and there's 4 on the medium and large.
Are there any other differences between the small, medium, and large?
For sure. The small is quite small, so it's got less real estate here. You'll notice that the back pad is quite a bit shorter, and because it's narrower this way, the gear brackets only have 1 slot for a vault on each side, versus the medium has a slot for a vault, for 2 vaults on each side.
So I want to frame that as a positive. I think some other harness manufacturers, the difference between a small, medium, and large is the difference in the strap right here, whereas the Treemagineers and the DMM team have really engineered the shape of the back pad to be comfortable, even though they are sacrificing maybe a little marketable real estate in terms of how many tool carriers it can hold.
Yeah, I think really, like, if you look at the sizing difference, the critical measurement to consider is the distance between the side rings. So you want to make sure that those side rings are sitting, in the middle of your hips or slightly forward of your hips. Like in Nick's case here, this is a little too small, and these side rings are back off of the center line of his hips. So this would be too small of a harness for him.
I'm a big guy. I have a big heart.
Big heart, big heart.
Taylor, I'm really excited. This harness, I'm not gonna lie, felt like vaporware for a while. Everybody had heard about it. It never happened. And it's great to see the Treemagineers bringing their original design elements and look into what is absolutely the best executed saddle that we've seen to market to date.
Awesome, thanks. Yeah,
it's really beautiful. Congratulations to you and the whole team.
Yeah, thanks. Could I mention a few other adjustable points?
Oh my gosh, are there more?
Yeah, of course.
Oh, I thought we were done.
We would call this the riser webbing here. Now this is a pretty critical adjustment for the fit of the harness because it's going to change the location of the forward D and thus where the bridges are basically sitting in relation to your center of gravity.
I knew this, I just forgot to talk about it.
Yeah, and it's easy to tighten up with the double buckle here.
We covered it in a different video.
If you do tighten this up, what's going to happen is it's going to put a little more pressure on your hips, and it's going to sit you up a little bit more upright when you're sitting in the harness.
That's the difference between being kind of splayed out like this versus being more in like that chair position.
Yeah, and the further away from you the forward D's go, it changes your center of gravity, and you might be a little more top heavy and sit back.
Yeah.
Now it's just personal preference. I like mine a little bit longer. I like to keep my leg loops a little bit looser, and that works for me. It fits my climbing style, and
So
it
you
feels
still have a
comfortable.
strong
That's
flat
right.
core.
Strong core. I should also mention that the waist buckle is double adjustable.
Right, so it doesn't have to be off-centered like this. You can take the time to adjust it.
Yeah, it can live in the middle. You can make it live on the side, either side.
Oh, and it never occurred to me that somebody would want it on the side.
Yeah.
I guess maybe they do.
It's up to you. Maybe
if you want your buckle on the side, you can do that.
You might be a strange person and you want to
Maybe I'm the only one. Maybe I'm the only one that wants it in the middle. You know, I was just so impressed. I think so many people have thought, like, why not just build a cam into the D-ring? A lot harder than to just think it. And like, man, I mean, this is so cool. It works so good. It's so satisfying to use. Like, you pull it, it's just so smooth. Instantly locks.
On the Kinisi Max as well, you can certainly, if you don't want that adjuster on your right side, simply take it off, swap it around, and put it on the left side. That's easy to do.
Bingo.
You can also, if you want to get rid of the adjuster, you can do that. Put another bone in place. We have fixed length sewn bridges or even webbing bridges. Knotted bridges are also an option.
Can I buy another adjuster and run 2 adjusters?
You can run 2 adjusters if you're a very special person.
Johnny Provenzali, you can have 2 adjusters, bro. He's gonna have 2 adjusters.
Hey, why not?
I think we should have a 2 adjuster challenge. You know what? If you post a picture of your DMM Kinisi with 2 adjusters, we'll enter you into a drawing for some kind of cool
The very special person drawing.
for some kind of DMM product at the end of the year. How about that?
Yeah, I like it.
All right, the 2 adjuster challenge. Kale, make it so. Thanks for watching.
Later.